Planet Earth. Home to the rockiest of mountains, the bluest of oceans, the most majestic of species, but also the home to 8 billion people. That's 8 billion bodies to keep warm, to keep dry, to keep connected. 8 billion mouths to feed. 8 billion people to move from A to B. Therefore, to power our incredible planet, we need a whole lot of energy. This demand is nothing new. In fact, it has consistently been met, but at the highest cost. Centuries long of burning coal, oil, and natural gas has resulted in a planet at breaking point. The demand won't slow down, so we must find a way to meet it without sacrificing our Earth in return. That's why Extreme E has selected Uruguay for the championship's season finale. At 98% renewable energy, this country provides a roadmap for an energy transition that the world can replicate. This is the Energy X Prix, where our drivers are racing for our planet's protection and ultimately, its survival.
Prepare to be aggressive.
Hyperdrive now.
We're in the city of Punta del Este in the South American country of Uruguay for the final round of this year's Extreme E Championship. The Energy X Prix is being held here to celebrate Uruguay's amazing record. Around 98% of their power comes from sustainable sources. The race area sits in the shadows of wind turbines in a beautiful and peaceful looking location. But so far, the course and action had been anything but relaxing for the drivers during the qualifying rounds. Championship leaders and favourites Rosberg X Racing crashed out of the first qualifying session.
Arlen Kolinsky rolls the car!
Then had a technical failure in Quali 2, meaning they would only make it through to the last chance crazy race. Joining them would be the team currently in second place in the title fight, as X44 also crashed in Quali 1.
Oh no! Another roll!
And then could only finish fourth in Quali 2. With some shock results for the championship contenders, the final day of Season 2 promised to be a thriller in Punta del Este. While the environmental focus for the Energy X Prix is on renewables, miles of stunning coastline provided an opportunity to highlight plastic pollution that is swept in by Atlantic currents. As Extreme E raced in Uruguay, politicians and officials from around the world also convened in Punta del Este for official UN Environment Programme talks to negotiate the end of plastic pollution by working towards a global treaty.
Plastic pollution is really a crisis nowadays because we have been producing so much plastic and we have been discarding and wasting the plastic around the environment that now it's everywhere. It's in the oceans, it's in the lakes, it's in the Arctic, and it's also in our bodies. We're completely flooded by plastic pollution, so we really need to take action to address this issue. This is the first time that all countries, along with many stakeholders, are meeting together to initiate the development of a new global treaty to address plastic pollution. More than 1,000 participants will be meeting here to discuss what are the best options, the best solutions, and how to reach an agreement between all countries about the common measures and the standard measures that needs to be addressed.
One solution to the ever-growing waste problem is Plasticoin, an innovative new environmental project in Uruguay designed to encourage recycling. Rosberg X Racing joined a beach clean with founder Juan Ribeiro and a group of local children to learn more.
Plastic coin is the first virtual currency created to stimulate people to collect plastic at the beach and also for recycle at their houses. Plastic coin works as a virtual currency, a website platform. Give your plastic to our exchange point. We measure how much did you give us, and in exchange we accredit you with the plastic coins. Then with the plastic coins in your account, you can go to our partner stores. We have around 140 partner stores where you can exchange your plastic coins for discount benefits, haircuts, coffee. You know, everyone wins.
We're here in Uruguay because we're racing the last race of the season, but somehow it feels like I've been in some kind of a bubble today, being with the kids and doing this beach cleanup, joining Plastic Coin, learning about that. I had no idea that you could collect plastic and then actually get coins from it to use in the stores. It's a great initiative, it's something very big, and I think for them, and I hope it will be a lasting impact and something that they will remember for a long time. It's a special day.
Well, we think that these kind of initiatives are very important opportunities for us to spread the voice, and Extreme E is a very nice initiative that it's trying to demonstrate and showcase that an alternative system and solution is possible, for instance, for mobility. So the same we want to replicate also for plastics.
Day 2 of the event was here, and time for knockout racing. 2 semi-finals of 3 teams. The losers of each race will be out, with the top 2 progressing to the final. GMC Hummer EV Chip Ganassi Racing's Sarah Price pulls her car up to the start. They need to do well here to still have a shot at the overall championship title. Molly Taylor for Veloce Racing and Clara Anderson in the Apt Cupra machine make for an all-female starting lineup. Semi 1 was ready for the green light.
Green light, and we are off and racing in Uruguay for the Natural Energy X Prix. It looks like the cars are pretty level at the moment. Veloce lead the way, but they've got a little bit front-ended there. Oh, we've got a flag down, so that's going to be a problem. We've got cars all over the place. What has happened here?
Just get back into it, focus.
A disastrous start for Sarah Price. After hitting a flag and getting a time penalty, she had also spun off course and now had a huge fight on her hands to get back into the race.
You are catching, keep pressing, good job.
Look at the gap coming down now. Sarah Price late on the brakes, swinging the car around. They get towards turn 9. Price is closing all the time. Molly Taylor's going to get a shock in a minute.
She's coming back to this pack. She's coming for them big time. This is how you drive when you want to take the seconds out of everybody else, but is it too late? Goes up the inside of Molly Taylor. So Price has got the car up into pit. Oh, contact from behind. Taylor comes back in, clatters the back of the GMC Hummer EV, and now she downs another flag. Oh, this is going to be another 10-second penalty.
Sarah had pulled the car into P2 as she headed towards the driver's switch. But having hit 2 flags during her run, new teammate RJ Anderson had his work cut out to make up the 20-second penalty. All 3 cars headed out of the switch zone neck and neck.
3 abreast going out of switch. How's this going to shuffle out? Who's going to use their Renault hyperdrive to get out of this situation? Oh, look. So Alatia just gave way there. He just knew he couldn't get around. So just released a little bit, and I think that was a sensible decision.
It doesn't matter, NASA. We're not fighting hard because Ganassi has 20 seconds penalty now. Just stay close behind.
So RJ Anderson engages the hyperdrive. Got to go inside on the run up to the first corner. Kevin Hansen's no mark. He'll now have to play this. Kevin going to go wide. Watch for the cutback on the exit. Kevin runs wide. Anderson going to get the whole shot. He's got to shut the door on Kevin into turn 2. Kevin is inside on the grass. They go sideways now. Anderson should just hold on, but side by side on the exit. Kevin Hansen looks like he might have edged him as they go through. Runs off to the left-hand side of the course.
After racing door to door with Kevin Anderson, RJ Anderson's decided it didn't want to stay shut, as he now tried to close it whilst driving one-handed.
Leave the door, just let it go.
It's gone. That's one way of doing it.
Having lost the door, Anderson was determined not to lose the race.
Oh, comes up over the bump, looks to the inside line on Kevin Hansen, goes deep on the brakes, just misses the waypoint, just misses the Veloce. Oh, they're trying everything, aren't they? It was a long shot for them anyway, and it's an incredibly long shot now, but they are never giving up, and I like to see that.
too long a shot, as Veloce Racing's new driver combo of Molly Taylor and Kevin Hansen were looking good.
Anderson and Alatia will go through for at Cupra, and the championship hopes for this season are over for GMC Hummer EV Chip Ganassi Racing.
In the first season of Extreme E, the championship was due to race in the Brazilian rainforest. Unfortunately, due to the COVID pandemic, this had to be put on hold. Nevertheless, work had already begun on a legacy project with NGO partner, the Nature Conservancy, to promote the spread of sustainable agroforestry in the Amazon region.
We are partnering with the Nature Conservancy from the beginning of Extreme E. It was the very first legacy project that we set up.
So Extreme E is just supporting our work with like smallholders, landowners that produce cocoa beans together with reforestation of the forests.
We had the chance to visit the legacy project in the Amazon in April this year, in April 22, and it was amazing to bring Sarah Price with us. And there were very special moments in this trip. She was able to harvest cocoa. She was able to take the seeds from inside the fruit, to dry the fruits. And it's really nice for me, from my perspective, to see how they are engaged in not contributing to the deforestation, but contributing to the solutions. Everyone has a role to play. They are doing theirs, and we have to do ours in fighting climate change.
Being so close to Brazil, the Energy Exprix presented a very special opportunity for the Nature Conservancy to bring along the chocolate made by the smallholder farmers that Extreme E is supporting.
For me, it's a great pleasure to have the chocolate and bring it to here, bring it to everyone, to connect these people with the chocolate that we are producing and coming from our legacy project in the Amazon, that these people here can taste a real Amazonian chocolate.
The Nature Conservancy also used the Explorer Lounge at the Extreme E race site as a gallery to display some of the entrants of its annual photography competition, focused on global conservation.
This is the third year of the contest, and we had over 100,000 submissions. So it's been the largest contest all over from 196 countries. And we've just released the winners, and the pictures are just amazing. This year's winners, which was beautiful, it was a drone photography, a kind of a tree shape in the Tibet area. I think the most important thing of the photo contest is to bring together photos of nature all over the world. And it shows the diversity that we can find in nature, and also it's a great reflection for us to see our interconnectedness that we have with nature, and then with the impact we have as well. So it brings us to the attention that we do have to care about, you know, our impacts and how we relate to nature. I hope people just get more connected to our relation with nature when they see the picture at the Explorer Lounge, and make them feel that, you know, we are in nature and we are part of it.
With the Energy Exprix taking place on Uruguayan shores, Extreme E invited a special local to the paddock for the weekend. Ahead of Season 1, the championship ran a worldwide competition, giving fans the chance to design the trophies. Uruguay national Mariano Pinarua's mock-up was chosen as the winner, and his initial design provides the basis of each and every one of Extreme E trophies.
It feels great to be here at the race in Uruguay. It's my home country. I always follow Extreme E since we designed the trophies, because it's very nice to see what you created in like being lifted by great champions. I'm very happy to be here. We have a design studio that is focused on sustainability. So when Extreme E launched the contest of the designing the trophy, we said, okay, it's the perfect brief to actually design a trophy in a sustainable way. So for the design concept, what we actually achieved is that the trophy reflects the problem that Extreme E is trying to create consciousness in terms of sustainability and climate change. We actually designed a skin for each trophy. We picked every location that Extreme E was going to race, for example, drought for the desert, ice for the Arctic, wood for deforestation. It adapts throughout the races. When we started to design the trophy, we said, okay, we have to have sustainability at the core of the design. So we started with manufacturing techniques. We picked 3D printing as a main manufacturing technique because it generates zero waste in the manufacturing process. And also recycled plastic as the main material because the ship also collects plastic from the ocean. So you turn trash into treasure. Knowing that there were more than 100 candidates fighting for the trophy or for the design contract, it's amazing, and I can't wait to the drivers to lift the trophies, and I can't wait to know who wins.
One motorsport legend in contention for the Season 2 Extreme E trophy is Laia Sanz.
My name is Laia Sanz and I'm racing for Acciona Sainz in Extreme E. I started riding when I was only 4. One day I stole my brother's bike. I don't remember because I was too young, but my parents explained me that they listened to a noise outside and it was me with my brother's bike. That was how I started. When I was really young, I remember all the week in the school, waiting for the weekend to go riding. I started racing on trials. That is a completely different sport. It's about balance, about being calm, about, it's really technique. And then I switched to enduro. That is another new thing. It's about speed on the bike. Being the only woman, at the beginning it was something normal for me. It's what I did almost all my career. I did 11 Dakars on a bike. One of the best was finishing Dakar on 9th position overall. That it was something amazing, unbelievable, and I got the best result in Dakar for a female. I feel really proud about that because more than winning championships, it's super cool to see how I help the new generations. Now it's normal to see so many girls doing trials in Spain, and I think somehow I helped to that. My start in Extreme E was thanks to Carlos Sainz. One day, I received his call, and I was so surprised because Carlos in Spain and in all the world is a legend, and you can imagine how excited I was receiving his call, asking me if I would be interested in racing with him. When I started on trials, I would never imagine racing cars with Carlos Sainz, that I went to see him in the rallies. So you can imagine my answer was yes. I was, I think, the only driver here in Extreme E that I had no experience on 4 wheels, so he believed that I could be better. Jumping from 2 wheels to 4 wheels is not easy. The kind of racing is not what I'm used to. Here you need to adapt so quick. Fighting with other cars is something that I never did before. Sometimes it's a bit scary, We have in one side Loeb, in the other side Hansen. But now I'm feeling competitive, I'm helping the team, and I feel really proud with it. I always like to be out of my comfort zone. I feel really blessed because my hobby and my passion is also my job. But of course, on cars I'm just starting. I feel that I've been always a warrior, and I'm proud of that. And I think if you really fight for something, you can achieve big things.
As Laia lined the car up at the start of the second semi-final, her teammate, off-road legend Carlos Sainz, headed for the command centre. With the other 2 championship contenders X44 and RXR in the crazy race, Acciona Sainz still had hopes of snatching the title. Neon McLaren's Emma Gilmore and Katie Munnings in the Genesis Andretti United car would be the ones trying to keep Laia behind them. 2 top teams go through. The last car across the line will be out.
green light, amazing reaction time in the middle of the grid from Sandswood. Looks like better traction on the inside. No, and Sands is just going to pull ahead. So Gilmore now going to have to go big over this crest jump if she wants to hold on to that inside line. Gritted teeth from Sands. Or around the outside line goes Katie Munnings. Just gets attacked from Sands. Sands with the understeer. Dirt flies up over the top of the screen. The rear quarter of the Genesis Andretti United has just been knocked off, but it's Katie Munnings who gets the whole shot. Emma Gilmore trying to do the wide, tight undercut on Laia Sands, and she is alongside. Gilmore trying to make the pass. She's got that outside line, pushes in tight. Sands backs off, doesn't want to hit the flag on the inside line. At the minute, Acciona Sainz are at the back of the pack.
She's looking inside, full throttle. Take her along the outside. It's your line now. Take it, take it.
Emma Gilmore will go for the inside. She's managed to make the pass. What can Laia Sands do about this? She can't have a collision here. She's got to keep it clean. She's rolled! She's rolled! And this is disaster for Acciona Sainz. Can she get going? She can! They are not out of this yet. Incredible!
Go on, Laia Sands!
Venga, no ha acabado, Laia, no ha acabado. Great move, all clear behind. She rolled, so just continue on.
As Laia Sands battles Carlos Sainz, you can see him there, bespectacled, and he knows what the mission is. They're 9.4 down, just closing to 9 seconds. Come on, Laia.
At the switch zone, Carlos Sainz jumped into the car just 4 seconds behind the team, sitting in that all-important second place.
So Acciona Sainz know exactly what they have to do. They have to catch the McLaren car and overtake it to stand a chance of keeping their championship hopes alive.
Oh, bounce just clips the rear left. That's those ruts we were looking at, Jenny. You saw the car bounce and almost go up on 2 wheels. It's not over until they get to that final waypoint. It really isn't.
Despite Carlos pushing his battered car as hard as possible, he could not reel in Neon McLaren. The Acciona Sainz team's hopes of winning the season championship would end here, but it was Timmy Hansen who was clear out front.
The Genesis Andretti United team of Timmy Hansen and Katie Munnings coming through to take the win.
Great job to Katie, great start, great car, I think. It was nice.
Tanner Faust held it together to bring the Neon McLaren car home to take a place in the final, but the weekend was over for the Spanish pair.
We needed to go to the final, and I was third, so I was trying to push. It was a pity because I hit a root and it was easy to roll there, so yeah. Car was working not perfect, but at the end we had to try it. We still had some chances. It was a pity. I'm so disappointed for the team. They did a great job, but it's racing, and let's try next year.
With the title on the line in Uruguay, the drivers were reminded that the racing is only part of Extreme's mission. Scientific Committee Head Professor Richard Washington took the drivers to government-owned wind farm UTE in the Uruguayan mountains to explain about renewable energy generation.
Once upon a time we used to do sensible things by using energy that went past the house to mill whatever it was that you wanted to mill. Those days are long gone, and we spent the last, 130, 140, 150 years burning cheap fuel that took hundreds of millions of years to make. And so far, we've made our way through 500 billion tons of fossil fuels. And what that's done is added a degree C to the atmosphere.
The world continues to warm at an alarming rate. Researchers at Berkeley have predicted that the Earth's temperature will hit 1.5 degrees within 10 years, and a staggering 2 degrees by 2066.
So how do we solve that problem? Renewables are a very special thing. In this case, we're looking at the generation of power, obviously by wind. So here we are at the foot of a magic machine that generates electricity. Just take a look at how tall this thing is. And it's very simple. Wind pushing on a blade works this miracle where miles and miles and miles away, someone is turning on a television set or the heater, and all of that power has come from the fact that that blade is spinning round and round on the back of the wind.
En el día de hoy estamos generando con un 99% de energías renovables, eólica, solar, fotovoltaico y también hidráulica. Para Uruguay y para UTE es fundamental que Stream E esté en Uruguay y los pilotos puedan conocer el desarrollo que este pequeño país de Sudamérica ha hecho y lo importante que para nosotros es el cuidado del medio ambiente.
So we've been able to come to this really beautiful location and see the wind farms that they've set up. This is one of many all over the country, and it's pretty incredible to learn the mix of renewable energies that they're using, one of the big ones being wind, but the whole mix of renewable energy and the fact that they have 99% of the energy is from these sources, which is a pretty incredible and a pretty high benchmark to set for the rest of us.
It seems that in Uruguay they are really working hard on this kind of energy, and it's interesting to understand how it works. What is the minimum wind speed to make it move? We are here in a nice place and learning some new things, so that was an interesting day.
It's been super fascinating to just learn more about, what an amazing piece of engineering this is and how it's transforming, our society towards renewable energies in a very, cost-efficient way compared to many other solutions.
Nice to know that in Uruguay, as an example, these things can be achieved. There is a way forward. It's not impossible. It takes a bit of technical expertise and political will, and we're there. We want to see more Uruguayers across the world. These are the examples to follow.
Join us next time on Electric Odyssey, when the Season 2 Championship will be decided in a dramatic showdown which goes down to the wire.